So this is probably going to be my most disliked YouTube video of all time. Because here's the thing, whenever the word Donald Trump's, appears, naturally it's going to be polarizing, whether you are for or against, or whether you love or hate Donald Trump. Understand that this is not a political video. This is all about analyzing what Donald Trump does in terms of his speech patterns, in terms of his languaging, and from a marketer's perspective. So I'm not even American, I'm not even involved in the politics, I didn't vote, but what I'm here to do is to share with you, coming from marketing, what are the things that Donald Trump is doing. Chances are you're not even aware, and if you want to market better, some of the things that he does, whether it's coincidence, whether he's a madman, or whether it's a hidden genius, that's up to you to decide. But I want to share with you and reveal to you some of the things that you're not picking up, that is a really powerful force that can be utilized in marketing. Now, number one, the first thing that I'm going to be sharing with you is what I call the us versus them strategy. Now, what is the us versus them strategy? Let's take a look.
They do nothing. I see these phonies, the do-nothing Democrats. They keep talking. They do nothing about it. They do nothing about it.
So notice this first technique is the us versus them, which is extremely powerful in marketing. Now, what does us versus them mean? It means that when you are able to identify who it is that you want as your supporter, as your audience, as your people, then what you want to do is to think about who them is. Because the truth is, people want that common enemy. People want to know that in order for them to band together and support you, there's that other them, the enemy, so that they can agree on and say, yes, it's us versus them. So in marketing, how do you actually utilize that? When I first started this was in the World of Warcraft market, and you can utilize this in any market. You could literally say and think about who that common enemy is and create that us versus them mentality so that your people will come together even stronger. So for gaming in World of Warcraft, it was all about, okay, so there's all these gaming farming companies wanting to sell you more gold. And here's the thing, they don't care about how fast you progress. Let me teach you the secrets and the techniques on how you can progress in this game faster. Right? So same thing with health. It would be coming from the angles of, these pharmaceutical companies, they're all corrupt, they're all trying to sell you painkillers, but the truth is, they don't really have your best interest at heart. What they want to do is keep you hooked onto these drugs so that you keep coming back to buy more of the drugs that they're trying to sell to you as a solution, when really it's just a painkiller. And that is when they're going, oh, wait a second, that's right. Okay, these pharma companies are evil, they're corrupt, and therefore, let's listen to what this guy has to say. And that brings us to number two. Number two is the I'm not saying and then say the claim anyway technique. Now, this is extremely powerful in marketing. Let me show you how it's first utilized by Donald Trump.
I'm not going to say anybody didn't do well. They didn't do well. I refuse to say it's Bobby Knight. But it's Bobby Knight. Now, I won't say it was because of me, but it was.
I'm not going to say that you could make $1,000 a month from doing this, but you could. I'm not going to say that taking this pill is going to change your life and how you feel and your energy levels. But what if it did? So notice how this technique kind of is ultimately you're just saying whatever it is you're going to say, but coming from the angle of just saying, I'm not going to say, okay? And this is something that marketers utilize a lot, where they want to seem compliant, they want to seem transparent, they want to seem like they're tactful with their message by just adding in the I'm not going to say and saying that claim anyway. And number three is the it's not fair technique. One of the most powerful things I've learned in my early days of learning from the top copywriters out there is the fact that audiences don't want to feel like it's their fault. People don't want to feel responsible for their actions, for their results. So one of the most powerful things in persuasion and copywriting is telling them that it's not fair and that it's not their fault. So for example, it would be like saying, look, I get it. It's not it's not fair that you're broke. It's not fair that I have this and you don't. It's not fair that chances are you've been force-fed lies and myths from the government, from your parents, from the environment, from the schooling system. So let me teach you the rules of the game so that it is fair. Now here's how Donald Trump does it.
It was a rigged race. Some of the voting is rigged. Florida was rigged. The game was rigged. Our country is rigged.
So the social media game is rigged. The Forex trading system is rigged. The system is against you. So perhaps it's because you might not understand the rules of the game. So let me teach you the rules of the game so that it isn't rigged. You see what I'm doing here? One of the things that people love to hear is that sometimes the deck is stacked against them, and that it's not fair, and that it's rigged. And if you can utilize that in your messaging, in your copy. Now again, I'm not here to debate whether it's ethical or not. We're gonna leave that for another video, but it's to show you why it works in marketing, because chances are, usually as the audience, you might not even be aware that this is actually utilized in ad copy, in sales videos, in sales letters, but perhaps now it's all a little bit clearer. That brings us to number 4. Number 4 is about making big claims, about giving people a big promise, some sort of result or payoff.
Billions and 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 billions.
So what is your big promise? Billions and billions, millions and millions, thousands and thousands. The truth is, as a marketer, if you want to be able to get somebody's attention, you got to think about what is that big payoff, the big promise. And then start with that, because that is what gets attention. And Donald Trump does that very well. If he didn't have or make these big claims, he wouldn't have this attention to begin with. And that brings us finally to number 5. Number 5 is to establish a common enemy. Watch.
China, I have to have my China. China because China.
I'm gonna pause this here because the whole video is, it's like literally 3 minutes of Donald Trump saying China. But if you take a look at something that Donald does very well, and this is kind of related to the first technique as well, it's not our fault, is this third-party externalities fault. So again, this is related to technique number 1, where you pull people together, and people that's repelled by it will naturally say, this guy's an idiot. But the people that is into that message will band together even stronger. And this is why you can be hated by 50% of the world and still be president. So what does this have to do with marketing? It just tells you that you don't need to be loved by everyone. And if you try to be loved by everyone by having a safe, neutral message, that is when you get absolutely no one. So think about how can you take a polarizing stance in your marketing. So rather than trying to, because the truth is, normal, neutral is boring. And in your marketing, you could be thinking about, so whether it's weight loss, whether it's Forex, whether it's health, relationships, real estate, you can't have a normal play it safe message, because if you did, you're not gonna get that attention online, on social media. Why does it seem like every self-help motivational guru is saying the F-bomb, I'm dropping an F-bomb every 30 seconds or so? Because that's polarity in action. Okay? Now, I'm not asking you to just go out there and offend people. I'm asking you to still be yourself, but if you understand how to use polarity in your messaging, that is ultimately how you pull more people in, whether it's on social media, whether it's on your sales process, whether it's through your ads. And by the way, let me know in the comments below which one you like the best, or which technique you kind of feel that you could utilize. And if you like to see me do more videos like this one, where I analyze speech patterns and what people are doing that can be utilized in marketing, or if you hated it, well, let me know as well. And if you like this video, be sure to smash the like button. It does help the channel out a little bit. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, subscribe, and I will see you in the future videos.